was in the ocean one time in Florida. We're swimming. We're really far out,
Yeah.
but in Florida where we are, it's like the ocean's really clear, so you can see to the bottom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're really far out, and like we're just like we're on like boogie boards and stuff like that. And I put my head down because I was diving under, and I saw a big ass log at the bottom. But I thought it was like a shark because it was huge, right? It
Yeah.
was massive. It was a
Yeah.
massive log, and I saw it, and I thought just because I like looked at the bottom, I was like, oh my
Right.
god.
Yeah, because again,
Holy
like,
fuck.
so wait,
I mean, we were
you said
far out.
right now, well, and that would make sense. But also, so you're saying that you dunk your head underwater and then open your eyes.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
I saw it.
Because like if you
Holy
just see
shit.
like any large object like that underwater, far away from the shore,
Yeah.
that's your first
I'm like,
instinct.
my first instinct was like, I'm gonna die.
You're not wrong.
But then like my friend who was with me, he's like, did you say it? Like I did. We both went back down. We're like, oh, it's a log. We're good.
Oh.
We're good.
Mhm.
But like for a second, we both had the same thought. I was like,
Yeah.
leave everyone we're with and just screw it and just start swimming
Yeah,
to shore.
right. Yikes. Yeah, I don't think I had any experiences like that before. The only like I'm trying to think. While I try to come up with a couple. Whitmer, have you had any weird experiences like that where you're on like vacation or swimming in the ocean or anything like that?
In Jamaica, about 10 years ago.
Oh, wow,
So
we're going back.
yeah, this is after my sister graduated high school. For family wise, that year, if you graduated high school, you picked where you went for vacation. That's how we did it.
Nice.
As like a kind of a graduation gift. And our thing was instead of like a grad party, we did that instead.
I like that. Yeah, there you go.
So
That's
my
fun.
sister's thing was go to Jamaica. Was not the best vacation. At least the excursions we chose were not the best.
Yeah.
The one excursion was we went to the local town. Don't do that. And went like to little huts and shopped around. And everywhere you went, you had someone showing you something like, buy my stuff.
Yeah.
But you
I'm
don't want to
good.
be rude. But you're like, I don't want it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't want it. It doesn't look great, but I don't want it either.
Your guides never told you to like don't go off too far off like from the resort.
No, it was part of the excursion, so I don't think it was like a dangerous part. It was just like a little shopping center kind of thing. But every little shack was someone else saying, "Come in, see my stuff. Come in, see my stuff."
Yeah.
But
because our guy, I went to Jamaica too, just real quickly, like about that too. Like our guys told us not to go off too far off of like the resort.
Yeah, that makes
you're
sense.
with people. Sorry, that's all. I was confused about that.
But that was one of them, and the other one was snorkeling. It's snorkeling. It's not a big deal. But the night before and the whole day before, it was like a bad thunderstorm the whole day and everything, like shitty weather. And Jeff, put your hand down. It's not your turn yet.
Wait.
Jeff, you don't get to say.
Well, this is actually pretty big news, boys.
Let's hear it.
Apparently, Rob Gronkowski is coming out of retirement and he's getting traded to the Buccaneers for a 4th-round pick and a 7th-round pick.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either.
Anyways, Jeff, thanks for interrupting.
Sorry.
Yeah, thanks for
interrupting my perfectly told story.
Perfectly told story?
I was hoping you didn't hear that flub.
I'm sorry, Whitmer. Continue about your story in Jamaica.
Yeah. I wasn't with Jan.
It was Urkel Grill. And Brian's still not paying attention.
I'm reading the Gronkowski news.
See?
I'm listening though.
All right.
I'm listening though about like.
Anyway, go ahead, Whitmer.
But anyways, as I was saying, it was the night before. It was like it wasn't like not like a hurricane, tropical storm, but it was like a heavy like thunderstorm kind of thing.
Right.
Because obviously you're in islands, it kind of happens.
Right.
Especially summer. And if you're going to Jamaica, or Florida or anywhere down there, don't go in the middle of summer because it's gonna be hot as fuck.
I believe it.
But the next morning, we thought it's when we were scheduled to do the snorkeling, whatever. The
Yeah.
waves were still like terrible, like rough and everything, and we had to take a boat to get to like the reef or wherever we were going to go see the uh, ocean. And back then, the snorkeling gear we got weren't the best. I could barely see anything.
Sounds about
We
right.
were all kind of like boat sick, kind of car sicky kind of thing because of the bumpiness of the water getting there.
Just the waves were
Yeah.
choppy and everything.
Mm-hmm. I honestly, I don't even think I saw anything in the water because when I
Damn.
did, either my goggles would clog up with water.
Yikes.
Water would get up the little hole, the snorkel thing to breathe out of.
Yikes.
Whatever that thing's called.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But because of that, we're also everyone except for hold on. So me, my little brother, my sister, my mom, and my dad all got sick.
Wow. So basically everyone except your older brother.
Crappy, which I think you have an idea where this next part's going.
Yeah.
So first, my brother throws up in the water.
Oh.
Followed by my sister, and I was able to hold it in the whole time in the water. It wasn't until we got back to land, like I can't hold it anymore, and I kept throwing land.
So basically, it was like that Family Guy. It's
the-
basically like that Family Guy scene where they're all throwing up. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
My mom,
oh, I guess I went.
my mom, that's kind of dealing with everyone complaining about how they don't feel well and everything, as moms would do in that kind of situation. She gets on the boat, goes over, throws up in the water, and she says how she fed all the fish because she saw the only fish she saw were the fish that were eating her vomit. And at one point, while this is happening, my older brother Matt is perfectly snorkeling during this whole time, having no problems. At one point, my dad swims away, going towards the boat. Unknown to us, he said he threw up. He didn't want to be around us. We were also with two other people, like a couple,
Oh my
that are
god.
dealing with this. Like, and we get back to the boat. We're like, we're sorry. Yeah,
Sorry.
we're sorry. Like, it's okay. And my mom, in the middle of saying we're sorry, throws up.
Ryan, does that remind you of someone?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Oh god,
It was a
man.
rough day that day.
That clearly, I think that's probably the roughest you'll ever get. Wow.
But we thought, but when you did that, it was like we
Yeah.
thought, you know, it's the next day after a storm. We weren't really thinking this waves were
Right.
bad.
Wow.
And that's not even me, like crapping on if you want to go to Jamaica or anything. That was just then, because a couple years later we went to Punta Cana.
Nice.
And that was
Whoever's gone the same places I've gone.
Yeah. And that one was really fun. We went ATVing.
Nice.
We did like a little ATV kind of tour.
Oh, I got a fun story.
I forgot what the other excursion was. That was also the trip where we got
Did you go
very drunk.
zip lining?
Zip lining?
Zip lining, that's what it was. We went zip lining.
Because that's what I
That's
did in
the excursion.
Jamaica. That's what I did.
Nice.
Those were the two, and they were a lot better than what we did in Jamaica, obviously, because the one we were throwing up
I
on,
would
and
hope
the other
so.
one we didn't like because we kept getting brought into everyone's shack. But that one was actually fun, and that was not told on this podcast, but told you guys about this was when we got really drunk at the one Mexican restaurant because there was a guy with a tequila cart coming around asking if anyone wanted a tequila shot, and there was a number of tequila shots, and there's like us and maybe 3 other people in the restaurant, and he comes over to us at least 5 or 6 times.
Damn.
And we're like, because the guy was actually like funny, he was like really good at his job and everything.
He basically wasn't being obnoxious.
No, and he knew we appreciated that. We liked him. He knew that was happening because he knew himself that he was going to get a good tip after this.
Oh, absolutely.
And we did. And then we felt really good after this because after that, we got drinks, went to another bar, got more drinks.
Nice.
That was a fun time. But that one, we were able to keep up. We weren't hungover or anything, just really obnoxiously drunk. Like if you were anyone else in that resort that were near us,
They would have hated you.
Yeah, or in that restaurant, they would have hated us. My older brother Matt hated us because we got that drunk. He wasn't nearly as drunk as we were. Because have you ever been? Not me, because I would actually enjoy that, seeing other drunk people really drunk. But when you have to be the responsible one for your drunk friend, I can understand why that can get kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But for us, it was funny
I've been
because
there.
even when we got back to the resort, you know, like those phones that you can that are in the hall, they can call for like help or whatever.
Oh, no.
My brother picks it up and makes like a random like "baka" noise into the thing and just drops it and runs away. We have a picture of him hugging a tree. He's sitting down hugging a tree.
Nice. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. Those are on our like fun little vacations.
That's fantastic.
Island drunks are probably the top drunks.
Yeah, that's got to be what, if not the top drunkest I've ever been. That I haven't vomited after or had a bad hangover.
Awesome.
Island drunks are fun because like everyone's just drunk on the island. Like that's what it is.
Pretty much.
That's funny because that's what I did for mine.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that's
know.
That kind of went on a little tangent there, but that's my thing of in the ocean kind of story.
I'm trying to think. So probably our best vacation was the winter of junior year in high school. My whole family, we went to Mexico over Christmas break, and we went to Playa del Carmen.
Dude, y'all went to the same place I did.
Wait, are you serious?
I've been to all three of those.
All three of those. That place is insane. Literally.
But I was also like really young when I went. I was like 10.
Oh, well.
So I was really young.
Yeah.
So.
Good news is, so the drinking age is 18. Like 18. Yeah. And so literally
everywhere else is like 17, 18, and 16.
That's why we went to Jamaica and Punta Cana because Mitchell's was Jamaica or Punta Cana 18.
Yeah,
sister Jamaica 18.
But it was like junior, senior year, and so we went to Playa del Carmen, and it was beautiful. Every day was 80-degree weather. It was amazing. And on Christmas Day, instead of opening up presents and everything like we would typically do, we did like one of those, like you were saying, Mike, excursions where it's like it was like it was like a full day event where you did 3 different events. It was like it was scuba diving, which was really fun. It was zip lining, and then the third one was like this Jeep safari trip where you took the Jeeps on like this dirt path into the woods and everything. And for the first one, it was the zip lining, and that was awesome. Then we went to the water and snorkeled, and that's where my older brother Dave and I we had a lot of fun because so not only did we see a lot of tropical fish and everything, and giant sea turtles, and their shells were phenomenal, like just huge, they're crazy big. And I forgot that like 2 or a week or 2 prior to us leaving, Dave had this mark, like this huge mark on his side, and we decided. So we were messing with people and everything, and saying, "Oh, he got attacked by like a giant jellyfish or a fish or like a stingray or something like that, or something that gave him basically like this giant mark on his side." He got it because he tried to iron his shirt while he was still wearing it.
You're not supposed to do that.
Nah. So everywhere we went, so once we got out of the water, someone's like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And then so Dave and I just gave you, and they're just not from, they're just like from, I guess, like another area or whatever in another country, and then he came and was like, "Are you okay?" And we're like, "Oh," he's like, "Oh, I don't know. He's not doing so hot, man. Like he's really hurting. Like there was this he's swelling up and everything." We were just having fun with it, and the guy had this serious look on his face, and we were just like, "Nah, he's fine." He's like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, no, we're good. And we just walked away, and it was a little bit of fun. And my dad forgot that he even had that scar and everything. And but so that was just a little fun that we had there. And then the best part of it was the Jeeps. So first it was my older brother Dave and I. We went in the Jeep first. Our second older brother Mike was driving my parents around in the Jeep behind us. Dave and I took off. We were having a blast. Mike ended up getting. Basically, I'll put it this way: Mike's reckless driving made my parents decide to kick him out of their Jeep and throw him into our Jeep. So then the next time we went around, we took, because there's 2 trails to take, which is really cool. So the first time we went around, took the first trail. Second time we went around, took the second trail. We were flying around, having fun, flying around corners. Finally, we have to stop because there's a bunch of workers that are by the side of the road where there's a Jeep smashed into a tree. And they're like, you guys need to slow down. You're going to crash like these guys. They're like, all right, sorry. Of course, we didn't slow down, but just to make sure that we would, they actually had someone follow us for like a mile. And then finally, I was like, we were going to speed limit and everything. And then finally, once I took off, I was like, all right, we're good. We, took off and everything. The moment we got back to where everyone started, we were the first ones back. So we were like, and it was like 5 minutes. So we were, bored. So we started going backwards until we saw our parents. And so we were going backwards and our parents were coming. And so we stopped, and my dad had the most serious and pissed off look I've seen on his face in quite a while. And he's like, guys, drive, move forward. And I'm like, found my dad. And then when he said that, I'm like, all right, let's go. So we got out of the Jeep, and he goes, how the hell did you guys get in the Jeep? We're like, what are you talking about? He goes, what do you mean? Like, the worker said that your sons crashed the car. I'm like, wait, you saw the same Jeep that we did the smashing trees? Like, yeah, how did you guys get in the Jeep? Oh, that wasn't us. So apparently the workers there, I guess they thought it was our parents that they were telling, that like when they said your sons crashed the Jeep. So they thought that Dave, Mike, and I crashed the Jeep in that tree, and they thought they gave us a new one. And they thought, oh, how are we going to pay for this? And everything is going to be really expensive. Of course, at one point, there happened to be a private camera that, like on roller coasters, it takes your picture and everything, like for your reaction. It took it at the perfect point, just moments after they were told the news that they thought that we crashed a Jeep. My mom's face, she's in the passenger seat like this. And my dad is just dead serious face and everything. And he was not happy. We were begging him to buy the picture. He's like, we're not buying that picture. We're leaving. So that was a little bit of fun for us. That's probably one of our favorite stories that we tell people regarding on vacations though. But overall though, just Mexico, it's such a gorgeous area to be in and everything. And we had so much fun there.
We swam with wild manatees.
That's pretty sick.
Like we saw, like, we're dumb.
We're dumb.
We saw 2 dark like shadows in the water. And like, wonder what that is. And we just swam out to them.
Damn it, Ryan.
Not knowing what they were. We're like, let's swim out to them. We'll swim out to them. And then we saw the shadows, and they're really deep. So like, all right, we went under, and we're like, oh my God, it's manatees. This is so cool. So we dove down and swam with them for a while, like a little bit up the coast. And then we went back.
Nice.
Where'd
That was
they
actually
go?
pretty cool. No. Don't know after that.
Yeah. They didn't want to stop by for a drink.
Wish I did.
Yeah.
Nah.
Tell fun
I haven't
manatee
been
stories.
I haven't been to